ore mine. There you go. Welcome to the channel, everyone. I am Nutmuffins, and in today's video we'll be breaking down another Space Marine 2 build. We'll be checking what's it good at, what to watch out for, and how to get the most out of it. So let's jump straight into it. What you have in front of you here is the public test server. This build is not yet available for the live version, but it'll be coming to you soon. We'll be using the heavy bolt pistol and the power axe. Now you might be wondering why the power axe. Well, that is because the power axe in the upcoming patch has its power stance now also available for the block variant, which makes this weapon a straight up A to S grade instead of the current C grade. So let's check the perk tree first, and we'll figure out which of these perks you'll be taking to make this build work. The first one that you might be thinking why is why Winged Fury over Overcharge, because Overcharge is most of the time the perk that you'll be going for damage output if you're not going for survivability. Well, the reason for that is very simple. Winged Fury actually works on the weapon because Overcharge would only work on charged melee attacks and the power axe has none. So no effect for Overcharge for the power axe makes it a useless perk, so we'll be going for Winged Fury for a little bit more wave clearing. The second line will be going for Defense Mechanism. Here you can also potentially go for Auxiliary Arsenal. Depends on whether or not you feel confident in your ability to stay alive. This is a bit more of a safety pick, and this is a higher DPS pick. So pick whatever you are most comfortable with. For the third perk, we'll be going for Knowledge of the Enemy. Then we'll be going for Strategic Strikes. Together pairs up nicely for an additional 35% damage against Extremists. And more damage against Terminus and Majoris is always nice. We'll be going for Precision Strike to be able to take out Extremist Majoris targets very quickly. Double block stack, land on something, and it dies. We'll be going for Maneuverability. The jump pack recharge 20% is absolutely unmissable in this build. If you manage your jump pack properly, it should not be an issue for you to keep it up. So just keep in mind that this one will not work properly because you've reduced your rages by 50%. This one has the most value for you to get the most out of this build. Lastly, for the normal perks, we'll be picking Pride and Duty for an additional 25% after a finisher. You kill a Majoris with a finisher, you land on something with a ground pound right after, and you can watch it be nuked. It is awesome. Lastly, we'll be going for Ample Ammunition. Now, the reason we're going for Ample Ammunition is because we want that 50% increased range damage after a jump pack. You get into a wave, there is an Extremist, say a Zoanthrope, and you land on top of a Majoris after you do a jump pack. You give yourself a little bit of breathing space. Whatever you land on goes into the red, and then you turn to the Zoanthrope and take a couple of shots. Your heavy bolt pistol now does 50% more damage, and if you have Auxiliary Arsenal, you do 70% more range damage. You will put that Zoanthrope into the ground very, very quickly. Then we have our prestige perks. The three ones that are absolutely unmissable are number 1, 2, and 4, which will be Unyielding Oath, so you become invulnerable while you are charging a ground pound. Very useful for survivability and avoiding getting shot out of the air by snipers. Adrenaline Boost, because it just makes melee a lot easier, that after a perfect block or dodge you cannot get knocked back or out of your attacks. It just makes melee trading a lot more reliable. And we want Fortitude for that little bit of extra tankiness. The Duelist perk could arguably be changed. If you are confident about getting your blocks in, then you do not need Duelist, and you could switch it out for Practiced Aim instead. And if you pair practiced aim together with ample ammunition and auxiliary arsenal, you do a very nice 85% extra damage against ranged targets, which will put most zone tropes into the ground within one magazine. Secondly, we'll be taking a look at the Power Axe perks. These are the perks you'll be going for to get the most out of your Power Axe. The most important one is Riposte for an additional double damage after a power backstab, so that overhead strike you can do at enemies right after the power backstab will do double damage. Usually your block power is at that moment still active, so the 90% extra damage will still apply for this overhead strike. And considering that this damage is now doubled, and then with the other one is as an additional 90%, you can basically almost triple the amount of damage on this attack, which makes it incredibly powerful. The power backstab dealing 25 more damage, that is obvious, and Power Wave is an additionally really good perk to take here because it simply allows the Power Wave to work on more enemies while you're in melee, and you all know if you play a lot of Space Marine how big those waves can get, so if you're completely and utterly surrounded, getting a Power Wave in clears a lot of enemies, especially minors, very quickly. For the heavy bolt pistol, this is the perk tree that I went for. You can adjust it a little bit to how you seem to be more fit, but one of the more important ones to take with you is able damage. As you can read, after a class ability, damage increases by 20% for 10 seconds. This pairs incredibly well with ample ammunition, basically raising the damage for ample ammunition to 70% for your ranged weapon instead of just the 50%. And again, if you pair this with auxiliary arsenal and practiced aim from your prestige perks, your damage output for a ranged weapon will basically be 105%, so you will do slightly more than double damage with your heavy bolt pistol, and this absolutely nukes zone tropes and neurotropes into the ground very fast. It basically takes care of one of the biggest weaknesses a assault has to deal with, which is ranged. So that's the build. Now let's showcase it to you so you can see how to use it. So for our map settings, we're going to go in true solo, no bots, no other players, just me, myself and I. And we're going to go into the new map that's going to be coming with the new patch, which is Reclamation. We'll be going in and see what we can do. Alright, here we go. This is one where I can show. Let's see. One block, two block, power wave, overhead, and they're in a skippable state. And they're dead. And I can do this again. It's very easily reproducible. I do not want him to get that, so let's go. Get me. So power wave, overhead strike, and he's in executable state. Ah, first wave, perfect. Now I can really show you what I can do. Ignore the minors here. I want to get the wave together. Block stack, wave, dash. Block stack, nuke. Oh, I missed him with my overhead strike. Awkward. Very clean, very quick. Block stack. Kill, execute. I'm hoping I can quickly show you the value of ground pound and what comes out of a melee attack. So let's see if we can get that soon.
We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective
Okay,
is to
that's
secure
one,
this liquid at all
that's
heads
two,
and all costs.
and hop.
Encountering heavy tyranid
And that's both of them dead. That's the value of the ground pound that I was talking about, and then I still think I have a couple of seconds left, but I kind of messed up by waiting too long. But the ample strike together with the rest would have very quickly killed that. Right now it's still pretty fast. I think ample still worked, but I could have killed him even quicker if I used the value right from the get-go. Oh my god, that's a lot of force. Okay, Stormtrope, perfect. That's a lot of fucking spore mines. Where is that Stormtrope? Okay, I see it over there. Alright, so I've got a double stack right now, so I'm going to be using it. I am going to land on this guy, put him into an execute state, and then ignore him. And I can get myself stuck. But as you can see, I didn't just use a lot of bullets. He came into an execute state very, very quickly. Could have been quicker if I didn't screw the pooch, but it is what it is. It is still a very good example. No, I don't think I am. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, still capable all the way up here. So that's the Carnifex.
Combat Squad Heraton reporting in. The
Let's
bridge
see
is
if I can
lost,
deal
as
with
are
that
my squad
properly.
brothers. I am cut off from our platform to the ordnance
Kill
depot.
one.
Calculating a new route based on your report, Heraton. Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew managed to execute security protocols before they were overrun by the Xenos brood.
But the same damage will be heavily increased once I can get my double block stack up. So that's okay, maybe not. So let's get that up again. And watch this damage output. There you go. That's the damage that you can output against the Carnifex. There it is. Ow. And that's the Devourer dead. And I one-tapped this. Didn't even have to execute it. So that's what I mean with the damage being absolutely fucking mental. It is absolutely insane. Well, that's the build. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you will be using it too. It is a really nice build to use. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, please like and subscribe. I will be releasing more builds and more gameplay videos very shortly, and I hope to see you next time.